Okay, everybody, and here we are, the Unreal Engine, showing you the same level. I had to play around a little bit with the location of the gate and this little white guy because the original designer of this asset did not intend it for use in an actual video game like you're seeing. This is the Unreal Engine is running. Then you have this process that is compiling it and using it as a game, and then I'm recording it as in OBS, all the while sitting in the chat and using YouTube and having that little paint thing on there, which was a screenshot. Now, just to show you, this is how powerful, the engine is, and this is on a 9-year-old PC. Turn all this other extra junk off and it runs far better. And you can run at bigger screens and resolutions and stuff. But anyway, we'll just show you what happens when I get up close here. We think if it works. See, it'll start to load. This is where I was saying I need to move there's a little secret box that you run into. I need to move it closer into the gate, and then you would actually and turn the gate's collision off so it looks like you're going into the little event horizon thing. Another idea I had was turning gravity off on the little plate you see there, taking a water shader and putting it on there, and basically turning the gravity on for 45-degree angle, which then would give you an actual watery, setup. Anyway, this will take a bit to load because it's doing things. That's why also you see that. See, there's a little wormhole effect. There we go, and now we're in our little base here. And this base has a lot of neat tech, and you can see just different characters and creatures, and I'm building things. You got little doors that can open when you go up to them. You got a little command base in here, and there's all kinds of stuff back in there. This was a paid for asset that a developer had made all these little assets, and I'm just taking all the little pieces and putting them together in my own little thing, which is what developers do to make video games. Okay, you got a little door thing here that opens. Right now, let's see here. And just to show you that you even have Asgard technology out of this little pack. This little pad here, you could hide it right into the ground so that it's not seeable, and what you then would get is where am I going? All the way over here. And you could use the same kind of thing as a portal system instead of the gate, right? And that way you could do all kinds of other things, right? And you could use it with ships. You could have ships in orbit around an actual planet and have them beaming back and forth between different ships, etc. Right? That's a little more tricky, but you can take two different gates or portals like this, pads, and put them on different objects, and the objects can actually move, and you can go between each of them. This is all kind of neato stuff, right? Anyway, let's see here, back up a bit, like that. Come on, move. One of the issues I had here was that the ceiling interfered with the actual building over there, which is why I have this out in the open at the moment. But anyway, this is just sort of a first look, and that little warp thing that you see is sitting over to the far right of this map, which is why I put that giant dome there so you can't see it. And it's like Mel says, who's an actor, she said, it's all about the illusion, right? And yeah, there ourselves. That's the spaceship that I was flying around with in the other game there. Yeah, there's even a SpaceX thing without the logos on it, which makes it legit, sort of. kind of, sort of. They don't bother you as long as you don't put their logos on it and everything else, which of course, you wouldn't want people doing stupid things with your stuff. That's the whole point. And at the moment, one of the ideas or things is that okay, so we have a gate sitting here. If I want to go into this gate, right, go up and around. Yeah, I got all this stuff running in the background, so it's a little bit laggy. So then I go into here, and you go to the next place, right? So setting it up for an animation series would be kind of easy because you don't need to have a user drop-down box. You just need to have the ability to set up where you're going for that particular animated shot, right? Like, and this is another point to take when you're doing things like this, is that like people are saying, is it's all about the illusion. And if the illusion, see, like this seems real laggy, but when I'm doing shot by shot by shot, it suddenly isn't, because it's taking its time to draw that frame rather than blurring you out because you're not getting enough frames because you got older tech, right? It'll just take longer to do the frame rendering for the AVI file, which is oddly better than DaVinci Resolve will do for me for free. And that's another thing. You can go, the file that Epic creates, the AVI file, you can bring it directly into YouTube now, and then take music or sound or audio and upload it into that, and then piece it together in YouTube, which is an actual thing that you can do, which you couldn't do before. And thank you, YouTube, because yeah, you know, I don't really want to be, paying subscriptions to software just to be doing the basic things that everybody should be allowed to do. See how he goes into the wormhole there a bit? And that's another one, right? And this is the basic thing that Epic gave out. This is like the little ring with the little ramp, and and so then a bunch of us said, well, could you load a level with that? And then I thought, well, about this little warp pack, right? It was used for putting a spaceship in there, and then you would see it in like hyperspace kind of thing, right? And I thought, that looks kind of like a wormhole. Let's put it in there, and we'll do the sequence and then add it to the beginning of the level. And I'll show you guys how that works later. It's a little bit more involved, and it was something that they're using something called Sequence now, where they used to use Matinee, and what Epic had and Unreal had at their in their tutorial section was wrong. They had it right when they were talking about an event trigger in the middle of the map, opening a door or doing something like that, or going to a cinematic there, but not for the beginning of the level, which is a different event trigger. And how you open the sequencer is different than what they were showing, because it's done differently at different times. I figured it out just by messing around with it until I got it to work. Crashed the engine about 3 times doing it though. Anyway, okay guys,